Okay, so you're on a game show and the host says, here are 3 doors. Behind one of them is a brand new car, and behind the other 2 are goats. You win whatever prize is behind the door you open. So, you pick door number 1. But then the host says, hey, I'll show you one of the things you missed out on. He opens door number 3 and behind it, there's a goat. Then the host says, I'll give you a choice. You can either stick with door number 1 or switch to the other closed door, number 2. If you've ever seen the game show Let's Make a Deal, you might have seen a problem like this before. The host, the Canadian-American Monty Hall, shows you 3 doors, and it's up to you to figure out which one hides the grand prize, which for some reason is the car. That dude really underestimates the value of a goat. But anyway, people call that question about the 3 doors the Monty Hall problem. And just like Monty Hall and his extremely square hairline, it's pretty famous, because the answer isn't what you'd expect. Hi, I'm Sabrina Cruz, and much like Monty, I'm a Canadian who makes deals with Americans, which is why I'm your host here at Study Hall Real World Statistics. I studied math at the University of Toronto and absolutely abuse what I learned now as an educational communicator with Answer in Progress. We explore lots of topics in math and science and look for answers to weird problems, like this one. So hold on to your goats, because I'm about to blow your mind. The Monty Hall problem was born decades ago in 1990 when a Parade magazine columnist stumped math bros everywhere. Marilyn Beausavant, a savvy community college attendee long revered for her intelligence, explained to a reader how to increase their odds of getting the car. But she got thousands of letters from readers telling her she was dead wrong. I'm talking PhDs, mathematicians, government officials, and even me. Now, I didn't write a letter, but when I first heard this problem, I figured that it doesn't really matter which door you pick. Once the first goat is rudely eliminated, you're left with 2 choices. One door has the car, and the other has the goat. It seems like a 50-50 chance no matter what. On the show, most people just stick with their original choice because they want to trust their gut. And if you know how good goats are at weed control and lawn mowing, it's actually a win either way. But if for some reason you'd really rather have the car, Marilyn said it is always in your best interest to switch doors. And it turns out she's right. Here's why. You start with 3 doors, hiding 1 car and 2 beautiful goats, and you don't know where any of them are. Whatever door you choose off the bat, you'll have a 1 in 3 chance of picking the car. And there's a 2 in 3 chance the car is behind one of the doors you didn't pick. When Monty opens up one of those 2 doors, those probabilities don't change. Your original pick, door number 1, still has a 1 in 3 chance of being right. But Monty does eliminate one of the other 2 choices. So all of a sudden, the 2 in 3 chance that number 2 or number 3 is right becomes a 2 in 3 chance that door number 2 is the one that hides the car. And if you don't believe me, we could do it the long way too. Maybe Monty is feeling nice that day and he lets you play the game over and over to test the theory out. If you go through all of the possibilities, all the doors you could pick to begin with, all of the places the car could be, and all your choices to stay or switch doors, not switching will win you a car 3 out of 9 times. But switching will win you a car 6 out of 9 times. So even though I'd way rather have goats than a car, it turns out that Marilyn was right. Even though our intuition says to stick with our first choice, she knew that was a bad move, one that plays right into Monty Hall's car-hungry, goat-hating hands. Testing Marilyn's idea with logic and observations proves that she understood the problem with a greater depth than her haters, and with a little statistics know-how. You can too. See, the Monty Hall problem is a statistics problem. Statistics shows us how we get data and transform that information into something we understand. Stats lets us get stuff that doesn't come naturally, stuff that feels counterintuitive or goes against what we automatically think. It helps us sift through our world full of numbers and game shows and cars and goats and find the hidden truths that make it all make sense. It's how we turn data, stuff we observe, into information that we can use to make choices. And it lets us outsmart game show hosts who think we'll get it wrong. But Monty Hall isn't the only one hedging his bets on our less than perfect intuitions. The modern world is full of data, so much so that our brains could never make sense of everything all on their own. And it's also full of people who want to use data to support their ideas and agendas. Sometimes, like Marilyn did, they do it really well. But other times, they do it in ways that don't quite add up, to make claims that seem true, but actually aren't. Knowing your way around statistics lets you tell the difference and even add your own data-backed ideas to the mix. So, if you ever find yourself on Let's Make a Deal, statistics can help you win the car or goat of your dreams. But if game shows aren't your thing, you can still use stats. It can help you compare stuff like whether your goat really is bigger and more beautiful than the average goat, or make predictions like how long it will take your goat to mow your 10-acre lawn. It can make discoveries, overturn outdated beliefs, and shape research and public policy. And it can prove, once and for all, that goats are superior to cars. Or at least support that hypothesis, with maybe 90% confidence? So, if you want to win goats and influence people, stay with us as we introduce you to statistics, how it works, what it works for, and how to use it for good. Once you know how to recognize statistics, you'll start seeing it everywhere and using stats to answer questions just like Marilyn did. Because statistics isn't just math. It's a whole new way of seeing the world. It's how we know what we know, you know? If you're interested in taking the full Study Hall real-world statistics course and earning college credits from ASU, check out gostudyhall.com or click on the button to learn more. And if you want to help us out, give this video a like, comment your favorite game show, and smash that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. See you next time.